Let's take a look at those trending topics now. And here they are. First up, hashtag Prince William.
Gosh, lots and lots of tweets coming today. As you can see, the trend list is huge. So Prince William apparently took a visit to it was a Ukrainian center yesterday in the UK. It was the Ukrainian Culture Center. And he apparently during his visit there said, everyone is horrified by what they are seeing. And he went on to say that it was alien for his generation to see war in Europe. Comments about war in Europe, which were misrepresented, caused outrage on social media because he was apparently quoted as saying, "We are not used to seeing war in Europe. It's something that you see in Africa and Asia, not in Europe." But, whether or not he's been misquoted, I'm not sure. It looks like there's now a whole bunch of sort of people saying he didn't say that, and others said, no, he did say that. So the bottom line is that people were not happy with what he said.
It's taking all sorts of twists and turns because now the person who originally put this out has now retracted it and said, misrepresented what was said. But then that statement was then used by a journalist who just happens to be female and black. And now everybody's going after her for the misrepresentation as opposed to the person who initially posted the comment, which was who she quoted, who was
somebody
a white
just
male.
Want to direct anger
so it's now that whole racial mess is just spilling over in all sorts of ways.
No, this is ridiculous. Okay, it's just another one of those things where, somebody says something, they were perhaps misquoted, then the person who misquoted them is now off the hook and somebody else is now getting the flack from everybody else. And I mean, this is just ridiculous, isn't it?
It is, but people are in a flat spin about what's going on in Ukraine. And the hypocrisy is unmistakable. I think let's just park it there for now.
Very much so. We could carry on, but we'll stop for now. We'll move on to the next one, which is Chief Justice. As of course we've heard by now that the President has appointed Justice Zondo as the Chief Justice. As of the 1st of April, he already is the acting Chief Justice, but he will now officially take over that role, and recommendations that Justice Maya as well will be his deputy. So that's pretty much so the news on that one, and lots of reactions coming to the announcement.
And part of the reaction speaks to Dali Mpofu, who of course was also a member of that interviewing panel on the JSE, made the recommendation to President Cyril Ramaphosa, and people basically talking about Dali and who he's represented and saying Cyril is winning on point so far. So the President 3, Dali no, is what some are saying. And as you can imagine, so it goes.
Exactly. So I'm trying to see why Jacob Zuma is trending, but that's one of them. Just basically saying, I don't know if it's got to do with Justice Zondo as well. Basically saying. The Economic Freedom Front is coming out and saying Julius Malema exposed Zondo for political interference and failing to declare his political relations with people while presiding over their matters. This is after Zondo admitted to having met with Jacob Zuma to discuss statements by the CIC in his earlier political life. So I think just all things coming up about state capture, Zuma and the connection with Zondo, and this is where the conversation has also gone after that appointment and announcement yesterday.
Yeah, and so it goes. And also Zuma lodging 4 corruption trial appeal bids. That's also something that people are talking about. Then Ramaphosa. And in the main, this centers around the call to Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday. So that, along with all the Zuma issues and all the Dali issues, and the list just goes on and on and on.
It does go on and on and on. But the call and the saying that South Africa, with its relationship and its position as being involved with BRICS, has been asked to take on a mediation role. So that was just some of the other things that were coming out. So he's trending for lots and lots of reasons. And then finally Chelsea. I mean, this is why not Chelsea? I beg your pardon, Abramovich. So
Abramovich, Chelsea, same thing,
same thing, which is not a good thing for Chelsea at the moment.
Yeah, it is. But again, I can't help, as you know, as an ardent football supporter, I don't understand. For me, the double standard is too glaring in this. It did not appear yesterday. They've always known that Roman Abramovich is an oligarch
Yeah.
from Russia
Yeah.
who has ties to President Putin. This is not yesterday's news. So why wasn't it a problem all along? And now suddenly it's a problem. And, I don't know, I can't look at this without balking.
Yes.
Because it's like, really, guys, come on now.
Yeah.
So who's next? When? Like, every time something happens, then we have these knee-jerk reactions. The hypocrisy.
There is so much of it at the moment.
It
There
is so jarring.
much. Yeah, there's so much of it. So, I mean, that's pretty much so what's happening. So he's been sanctioned by the UK. He is, obviously there's a whole bunch of rules that have been in place now for what's going to happen for Chelsea. Can't sell it, can't sell merchandise. You cannot sell tickets to the match, but salaries will be paid and Chelsea will still continue the way they are. But that's just, with the sanctions and everything going on behind the scenes. So lots of reaction to that. All right, so there we go. That's the trending topics in a very quick manner because we've got more to get through on the program.